What's up? What's happening, y'all guys, man? It is Nas Lee 27 in the building, and we back here with another video. And what can you say about week 18, man? It is so unpredictable how stuff goes on now in the last week of the season. Basically, after Lovie Smith pulled the Adam Gase and said, nah, if I'm getting fired, I ain't get the number one pick. Now the Bears have the number one pick in 2023 draft, and this is actually the best case scenario for the Chicago Bears, honestly. This is great for them because they have so many things they can do with this pick. Because like they can either, of course, use the pick to actually draft somebody, or they could just potentially trade down. To which that's honestly great for Chicago Bears, knowing that they're rebuilding. So I'm just make this option one quick, and them drafting a QB might be a possibility. So they might end up drafting Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or even Will Levis for the first overall pick. But like, here's the thing though about that. Obviously, CJ Stroud and Bryce Young are great young QBs, bro. That might be actually be successful in the league, bro. Like, there's no doubt about that. But like, this not gonna do anything for them, given the fact that like the Bears' offensive line is still one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Now their run blocking defense is actually graded out pretty good at PFF, but like their pass blocking is not that good. Like they're still one of the worst pass blocking defenses in the league. Part of it is because like the offensive line just can't hold up against like any type of pass rush. Also, another part of it is because Justin Fields does hold the ball for too long in the pocket. Like he really does hold the ball for too long. Two things can be true when it comes to offensive line play. Yeah, Justin Fields does hold on the ball a lot, but like there are literally games where like I've seen Justin Fields just running for his life in the pocket. It's just it wasn't for him actually being that great with his legs, bro. Lamar-esque, like. There's no way he wouldn't even get all those rushing yards if he had at least an average offensive line. And then, of course, the wide receivers, all except for like Cole Kmet, ain't that good. I mean, like, shoot, they traded for freaking Chase Claypool with their own second round pick. And ever since they had Chase Claypool, they have yet to win a game with them. Shoot, better yet, he only cracked 50 yards one time since being a Chicago Bear, and he didn't even get a touchdown this year with the Chicago Bears either. I know Darnell Mooney was hurt and all, but like still, it's really disappointing to see someone like it's just 4 around 4.4 speed and just don't play that good for you most of the season. Then to the drive into the point why they shouldn't even draft a QB, they did trade up in the draft in the 2021 season just to get Justin Fields, which also had them train their next year's pick, first round pick, just to get Justin Fields. So like, I don't think them getting a QB would be a smart idea, given the fact that like they did give up draft capital just to get him as it is. So, like, honestly, Justin Fields didn't almost break Lamar Jackson's record for most rushing yards in the season for QB for nothing. Like, just give him some better weapons and at least an average offensive line. He'll be good, honestly. I think he's the future QB for the Chicago Bears. So, their next best option is to, like, draft best player available, to which that'll be Jalen Carter from Georgia and then Will Anderson from Alabama. Truthfully, I can actually see that happen, given the fact that, like, Eberflus is a defensive type of coach, and it would make sense for him to get like one of those defensive linemen. I would think they would draft Jalen Carter over Willie Anderson, given the fact that like it's rare to have a defensive tackle have like Aaron Donald potential and be that great of a pass rusher as a D tackle. So like, I think that would be the pick if that was me. But even then though, like the Bears defense might have been the worst defense in the league because they honestly play so bad to where like. If they were like mostly shootouts at one point when Justin Fields was playing, then like if Justin Fields wasn't playing good, then they would get blown out of the field, bro. Now, part of it is because they did trade Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith, two of the best players on their defense at the time during the season. And they did get good compensation for those two players too from the draft capital trade them. But at the same time though, like if you want to be that team though in the future, like you have to draft good in the draft, bro. You have to. Speaking of getting draft capital, this leads to my third thing, to which I think they're most likely going to do is trade down in the draft. To which, last time number one overall pick traded down in the draft was back in 2016, where Jared Goff and Carson was coming down in the draft, and the Rams actually traded up to get the number one overall pick and drafted Jared Goff in the draft. The Rams ended up giving up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds in the draft just to get Jared Goff. Honestly, this would be a great thing for the Bears if they actually trade down the draft, because if they do this, man, they're going to accelerate that actual rebuilding stage to where maybe in a year or two, like, it could be like a serious playoff contender if they to actually get all those draft capital and draft the right players too for him. And plus, y'all have a young QB, so why not give Justin Fields some type of help around the field, bro, just to accelerate y'all rebuilding process. Now, let me get this out of the way and saying that the Texans are not finna trade up one pick just to get Bryce Young, bro, because, like, let's be honest, man. They screwed themselves over by actually winning the game against the Colts, and that's their own downfall, and they would have to give up a lot of draft capital just to even get the number one overall pick to where they might as just wait for a QB to fall to them. So, like, that wouldn't make sense to me. And also, like, bro, that screwed yourselves over by actually winning your game. So, to which that leaves me with two teams that I think will trade up, to which it will be the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, for the Colts side of things, I did make a video about what the Colts are doing, and I even said in that video that they're tanking, bro, because ain't no reason that Jeff Saturday should have been an interim head coach from the beginning with. But despite that, though, they have to look for a coach, to which DeMeco Ryans should actually call for that job, bro, immediately, as that defense is still pretty good, even though the defense has been injured for the past few years. And then, even though the O-line have a down year for their standards, Quentin Nelson is still one of the best, if not the best, offensive lineman in the league. And as long as they get left tackle, like, they'll be fine, because that's what all the Colts really need is a left tackle. Ever since the Costanzo ended up retiring from that team. They still need a receiver because, like, even though Michael Pittman is actually pretty good, I still don't believe in the receiving corps around him, and they really could use like a speedster type of player for him. And they got some jump ball players, but they need like someone that could take the top off the coverage for him. Just make the safeties like have to stay back. Plus, like, it's time for the Colts to get a QB finally, because I'm tired of the Colts playing spin the wheel with a QB that's Asian or could possibly be a QB of the future for them and don't work. So it's really time for them to actually just go for the broke and just try to get a QB, a young QB. And then for the Raiders side of things, like, I do think they might actually go for like a Tom Brady or like a Lamar Jackson type of QB for that, but I truthfully believe that they will benefit even more if they go for like a Bryce Young, because they have the number one receiver in the league at Devontae Adams. Like, Devontae Adams ain't going anywhere at this point. So, like, I'm also not a big believer in Josh McDaniels, but, like, he did have Mac Jones as his QB back when he was in New England as an offensive coordinator, but he did make Mac Jones look pretty good, though. So I got to at least give him some type of, like, you know, some type of hope for that. But even though I'm not a big believer in him, though. And then plus, like, they're going to have to trade, Derek Carr as it is, because if they want to actually trade up for a number one overall pick, they're going to have to trade him first and then use the assets they get from him to actually trade up to actually get like a Bryce Young or a C.J. Stroud or whoever they want to be. Or, they could just wait and just drop a Will Levis. The Raiders still do need offensive line and defensive help big time, but, like, you can't go wrong with, like, starting over with a young QB like a Bryce Young, to where they can have him and he can, like, he already has a really good receiving core with Devontae Adams and Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. So, like, might as well say YOLO and just do that. But the point is, though, I think the Chicago Bears should trade down, as this is the biggest win they could have ever had to get the number one overall pick. And shoot, if they actually play their cards right and get the amount of picks that even what the Rams got back when they traded up for Jared Goff, like, watch out for the Chicago Bears, because, like, they might be good in maybe in a year or two. I appreciate y'all watching the video, as the postseason is about to start. Playoffs about to be really good, and I'm so excited for that. But, like, if y'all actually enjoyed the video, though, like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this, and share the video, too, for more videos like this. But till next time, though, this is Naslee 27 in the building, about to sign out. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.